This year, KXAN investigated problems related to the program meant to hold landlords accountable. This morning on KXAN News Today, we first told you about a new report saying the city has failed tenants by not going after those landlords aggressively enough. It is something our Robert Maxwell continues to investigate tonight.
They treat us like animals in here. Like, if we call code enforcement, they got me listed in the office as the complainer.
Jeanette Roberts has called this three-bedroom unit at Southeast Austin's Fairway Village Apartments home for nearly a year now. She says she and her three kids had a larger unit before the ceiling there caved in. But the family's replacement home came with its own set of issues.
Every time you take a shower upstairs, it leaks water through this wall right here downstairs into everything. If you look right here, you'll see it. And I've been telling them this, nothing.
What does that turn into?
Black mold, and me and my kids are asthmatic.
Fairway has been on the city's repeat offender list since May of 2014. KXAN reached out to management asking if they're fixing these and other problems. We did not immediately hear back. Robert's story, though, paints a picture of what researchers at the University of Texas say is a citywide health and safety problem that could worsen. Fairway is one of 29 apartment complexes on Austin's repeat offender list. The program is supposed to encourage problem landlords to clean up their properties and pay any outstanding citations.
We found that there's very little being done to actually issue citations.
This UT law professor leads a group of students looking into community development issues.
Of the 29 repeat offender properties, only 4 have actually ever paid any kind of fine for the code violations.
Professor Way's study also finds it takes an average 159 days for code officers to address a violation at problem properties. The department's stated goal from complaint to compliance, 90 days. That's even longer than San Antonio's voluntary compliance rate in 2011 of 29 days. In Dallas, it's 33 days.
Is this acceptable in a city like Austin?
No, absolutely not. Not acceptable at all. We think it's just a matter of time before there's going to be another one of these tragic incidents, whether it's tenants being displaced because of collapsing balconies or another child that is like the child recently who was electrocuted and died from an exposed electrical wire at a complex.
Way's study recommends more aggressive enforcement of properties whose owners are racking up violation notices. Actions could include conducting swifter follow-up inspections, curbing second chances for property owners that miss deadlines, and following through with civil fines or criminal actions. Back at Fairway Village, Jeanette Roberts says her complaints come down to maintaining basic living conditions.
Just because we're subsidized housing. This is how they expect us to live. And that's not fair. That's not fair to us as residents.
Now, the UT study also calls for a registration list for all rental properties in the city of Austin, and that would allow for more routine inspections, not just those, Robert, coming in from people who have complained.
Well, what does City Code have to say about this study?
Talked to the department's assistant director this afternoon, and he tells me that he needs to review the study a lot more with his colleagues. But he does say immediately they have some questions for the study's authors on how they got to some of their statistics and conclusions.
And what about the City Council?
City Council, we're waiting for them to review as well some of the aspects of that report. I've reached out to a couple of City Council members, especially those with problem properties in their districts, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Robert, thanks for your in-depth report. We put that entire study online for you, including actions the council could take. Check out the investigative section at KXAN.com. Digging deeper, the study also shows between October 2013 through May of this year, Austin Code collected just $3,000 in citation fines. Taxpayers had to cover the cost of running the repeat offender program.